go.
Hey.
Let me click the button.
Hey.
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 Okay.
Hey. Let's
Hey.
go, man. What's
Hey.
happening, y'all? What up? It's the iBall
Ball
Live. Get
Okay.
it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Let's go. Come on in, everybody. Come on in.
Come on.
Come on in,
Hey.
everybody. Come on in.
Come on.
Come on in, everybody. Come on in.
Come on.
Come
Hey.
on in, everybody. Why? Why? Because it's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Get it? It's the iBall Live. Let's go. What up, what up, what up? And welcome to another episode of the iBall Radio Live Call-In Show. I'm your host, D. Will, the coach, and I'm in the building with my guy on the ones and twos, producer extraordinaire, Breeze in the building. What up, Breeze?
Yo, what's good?
Yes, sir. Another day, another dollar inside the iBall Radio Studios right here in Montgomery, Alabama. And Breezy,
Yeah.
Session 1 of the iBall Radio, iBall TDB mini camp series went down this past Sunday
Yep.
in Montgomery, Alabama at McKee Middle School,
It is.
and it was a success. It was what it was, right? It was what it was. But guess what?
Yeah.
Dothan, we are on the way. This Sunday, June 22nd, Dothan High School, the iBall Radio, iBall TDB, mini camp series, session 2. Show up. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something about this camp here. Montgomery was what it was. I'm going to tell you something about this camp here. Bro, we only got like, I think we got 11 slots left. So you got 6 days, and it's only 11 slots. So I'm telling you right now, I got a feeling by Wednesday or Thursday, this camp will be a sellout. So if you want to get in to Dothan this Sunday, June 22nd, the iBall Radio, iBall TDB mini camp series for class of 2028 and 2029 only, you better sign up right now.
Let's go.
Go sign up right now, iBallRadio.com, click on camps. Click on the, listen, don't go click on the Montgomery camp. I'm going to actually go take it down. Don't click on the Montgomery camp. Click on the Dothan camp. Click on the Dothan camp, man. Get right, bro. We'll be knocking it out this Sunday at Dothan High School. But what up, man? What up, everybody? What up, chat? I see y'all
What up,
coming in
chat?
here.
I ain't forget
Hey,
about y'all,
what up,
chat.
Jersey Dons in the building, Coach Spoonie in the building. What it do? Who else in the building? What up, y'all? I see y'all in here. Alabama Hoops 12.
Yo.
Tell me about some of the best teams in the Stiz 8.
Let's
Hey,
go.
man, listen, it's June, Alabama _hoops 12. So we can talk a lot about high school basketball right now because we are in June. Over the past weekend, man, we can start there, bro. Over the past weekend, I got a chance to see a whole lot of, shout out to you. Hey, listen, Colton Myers, my guy, Colton Myers, Prattville High School, Team Prime Elite. That's my guy, too, Jersey. I'm with you on that. But yeah, listen, man, I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. There's been a lot of high school basketball being played over the last week. I went to the Auburn team camp. Oh, I had a busy week. I forgot about we ain't been here since then.
Hey, man.
We was here for Thursday when I went up to Auburn. We were able to talk about that, but we went over to Alabama State on Friday.
On Friday, yeah.
Yeah, we went to Bama State on Friday, man. Got to check out the Alabama State University team camp, man, and had some dogs in there.
Right.
Some really good teams. Let me tell you what else, man. I took a picture in there we were in Lockhart Gym, and somebody hit me up and was like, yo, that looked like a vibe in there.
Right.
Right? Like Lockhart Gym, the historic Lockhart Gym on the campus of Alabama State University, man. They've redone it, right? So it looks a lot better in there now. But bro, it was truly a vibe with the chairs lined up around. It was just a real summertime gym hoop vibe in there.
Okay.
Right? Had the old school brick walls, the old school window. Man, listen, I'm with them. It was a vibe in there, man. Shout out to Alabama State putting on a really good team camp. Shout out to Auburn putting on a very good team camp on last week also, man. Like I said, I got to see a whole bunch of dudes. I still hadn't even written my content for the Alabama State team camp. It's coming. It's gonna come this week. But I got so caught up in camp, you know what I'm saying? Like it happened like that. He said, so let me hit it. Providence 2A, Providence Christian. Coach Spoonie said Providence Christian in class 2A. They 2A? I thought they were 3. They are 2A. He won 2A state championship. Yeah, they going back. Pierce Boone and my guy EB. Yeah, Pierce Boone and EB. Yeah. I got Providence in 2A also. On Alabama _hoops 12 says Oxford, Hoover, Huntsville, Gadsden City, Mountain Brook, Pelham, Fairfield, top teams. Fairfield. Now listen, Fairfield. I think they're going to be very good because they got MJ Jones, right? So with MJ Jones, they're going to be Gucci, right? He's going to be a Division I prospect. He's going to be putting up a lot of big numbers, a lot of big double numbers. However, KJ Butterfield I think his last name Butterfield. I don't know. KJ though, that played beside, has transferred to minor. He's transferred to minor and is hooked up with Isaiah McLean. And I'm going to tell you, bro, I saw them play in Auburn and I saw them play at Alabama State. And I got a chance to talk to Coach Hill. And Coach Hill is very high on this team, especially adding KJ, because that KJ gives them something that they did not have, and that's size. It gives them an inside presence. Because if you watch Fairfield over the last couple of years, and especially last year, KJ is a guy who can work around that block very well. He has really good hands and he can score it around the basket. What he showed me over this past weekend, he's gotten a lot more athletic, right? He didn't always dunk it last year with Fairfield. Now he's playing on that rim now with minor. So you see that athleticism stepped up. So I'm going to tell you, minor is a team in Class 6A I think people are overlooking that's going to be a dog, because I'm telling you, man, Isaiah McLean is a dude straight like that, right? He's going to be a real problem for whoever they play in Class 6A this year. So I'm liking Gadsden City. Also, man, I think my boy, Jacoby Sharp just picked up an offer from Troy.
Okay.
Just picked up his first D1 offer from Troy, man. So shout out, salute to him, man. But real quick, I'm gonna get right back to the chat, man. But real quick, Breezy, iBallRadio.com. I'm gonna tell you this. We just dropped the relaunch episode 1. We got plenty of episodes in the stable from back in the day, right? But the relaunch of Coach's Corner, right? The relaunch of Coach's Corner on the premium subscription for iBallRadio.com. We have dropped our first one. E1 has been dropped. Shout out to Missouri State head coach Conzo Martin. Man, that's an interview we tried to do like 3 times over the last 3 weeks. It just couldn't come together. Things were happening, but we just shut it down. And what God has for you, can't nobody stop. You feel what I'm saying? So we were able to get that interview in, man, as choppy as it was. We did some in the studio. It stopped working. We had to shoot it to the crib. We did the rest in the crib. So, man, shout out to Coach Conzo Martin for being so generous with his time. Appreciate and sitting down and hollering at us, man, giving us a great interview, man. For all high school basketball players out there and all college basketball players out there, for all high school and college basketball parents, coaches, AAU coaches, all of y'all need to go tap in to that interview. You will learn something from that interview.
Yeah, he was dropping some real dimes.
Man, real dimes. I just dropped the clip on my Instagram, right? Go watch the reel on the Instagram. We just dropped a couple hours ago, man. About an hour ago, actually. Man, he dropping jewels, bro.
Yeah, like facts. Big ones.
And we had a conversation. It wasn't really an interview. We had a conversation. And the big thing about it is, bro, we talked a lot about high school basketball now, right? Like the landscape of high school basketball recruiting and the landscape of college basketball recruiting with the transfer portal. And that's hotbed topic right now. And over the last several years, it has really changed. The landscape has really changed for high school basketball recruiting, right? A lot of those kids who used to get opportunities aren't getting opportunities anymore. And if they are getting opportunities, they have to go lower level and then work themselves up to the level that they probably were talented enough to play on in the beginning. And Coach Conzo Martin said something very interesting in this interview. And I'm gonna go find that clip and I'm gonna drop that one, right? And that's probably all I'm gonna drop. You're gonna have to see the interview. You're gonna have to go to iBallRadio.com, get you a premium subscription, go to exclusive content, and boom, there you go, man. That's all for you. But I'm gonna tell you like this. He said something else in that interview, Breezy, and it's very interesting. And it had me thinking. It's something else. We've actually brought it to this platform before, but we went a little bit more in depth into it. And that is the fact of we really believe, and Coach Conzo said this, he thinks that COVID years and the transfer portal, the way it has been over time so far, is about to phase itself out, right? The 25, 26, 27-year-old college basketball player is about to phase itself out.
Yeah, that's just
it's too much.
That's too much.
It's too much. And it really is to the sense of, all right, if they gave extra years, right? They gave you an extra COVID year. They gave you a JUCO year. They gave you a 5th year eligibility. All these extra years that people have petitioned for and gotten, right? That can only last for so long, right? Like kids graduate every year. And kids that graduated in 23, 24, 25, they're not going to be able to benefit in the future from a COVID year, right? So the thing about that is guys aren't going to be. Now, the JUCO rule is going to change that a little bit. The D2 rule may change that a little bit, right? You still may have some older guys, but you're not going to have 26, 27-year-olds. You're not going to have 24-year-olds still moving around college. Now, you're going to have some 22-year-olds, 23-year-olds, but that's normal for college basketball.
Yeah, not 27.
Yeah, you don't typically graduate college to 22. You go at 18, you leave at 22, right? So my point is, like, you're going to start seeing more regular age players, even though it will be some. Don't get me wrong. It's going to be some outliers, right? However, I will say this. Coaches will go back to recruiting high school players.
Yeah, they're going to need y'all.
The development part of high school players will come back into the fold they've never stopped recruiting 4 and 5 stars, right? Guys have always still got, like, we just had over 20 Division I signees in the class of 2025 here in Alabama alone, right? So we understand, and only 2 or 3 of them were even ranked in the top 100, right? So we understand that guys still get opportunities, right? That has never changed. However, those guys that have been fringe guys stopped getting those opportunities, right? And at some point he said 3 years. He said in the next 3 years, you'll see that transfer portal COVID babies phase theirself out. And you'll see coaches start recruiting more high school players. And in the clip I dropped today, he said it. He's like, man, coaches will never pass on a talented player. They'll never pass on a talented player. So if you can play, no matter the level, no matter your age, if you can play, guess what, bro? They're going to come get you. Straight like that. But I'm going to go back to the chat, man. So we can get back to this high school basketball talk. I had a squirrel real quick.
Shout out to the chat.
Yeah, man. You had to, like Coach Spoonie said, you had to be a hooper back in the day, right?
You had to hoop.
To get in there, you had to be hooping.
Yeah, you had to have some heart.
Yeah, man. So, yeah, Alabama hoops. So you forgot about Dothan. And speaking of Dothan, my guy is back. That's right. Diggy Coleman is back. He's back. He's been running this summer with Dothan, right? I think he's progressing enough. Hopefully he's progressed enough so he can be back on that Pro 1 UAA team for the July live period in a couple weeks. Just hope he can do that. And if he does, I'm telling you, man, you gonna listen. He sent me a message, right? And I ain't gonna tell you what he said in the message, but y'all in trouble. That's all I'm gonna say, right? That's all I'm gonna say. Y'all in trouble. All right, he got it going on. But I'm gonna go back to one of these teams. We talked about them. Alabama _hoops 12 said Hoover, and that's interesting to me, bro. Right? Because Jackson Sheffield is a dog. I stopped. Y'all see? I paused for a minute because I like Melo June, right? I like Melo June. He's gonna step up and play a big role this year. I'm just concerned about Hoover's guard play. Like, that's what really I have to see them be able to play at a level that Jackson Sheffield can be successful at. Do y'all hear what I just said? Can those guards play up to a level that Jackson Sheffield can be? All right. You feel what I'm saying? Like, can they play up to his level? Because he's not a guard.
Right.
He's not finna put that ball on the floor, bring it up, ISO you, none of that. He has to be fed. You have to feed that beast. Now, Coach Ware is going to do a great job of running his offense through Jackson Sheffield. So those guys will be conditioned to get him the basketball where he wants to get the basketball and need the basketball to be successful. But can that guard play do enough to let that defense not, hey, we finna sag in on him? That's why Dwayne Brown was so good, bro. You couldn't sag in on Dwayne Brown. You couldn't. Salim was going to kill you for 30, 40 if you did. Austin Dudley would have 7 threes if you did. Seneca Robinson was going to have 7 threes if you did. Like, they were just so deep at that guard position that it made those bigs in Dwayne Brown and Jackson Sheffield be able to thrive. Can that guard play do enough to help them thrive? And with Caleb Wilson leaving, I'm going to say it to you, I'm blue in the face until he tip it off at Oxford. Him leaving, I think it's going to be a big hit to Hoover. I hadn't seen them yet this summer, right? I hadn't got a chance to see Hoover this summer. Hopefully I'll be able to see them. I think they're over the Georgia Live period, because I'm gonna go over to the Georgia Live period in a few weeks, dog. So hopefully I can catch them there and really, then I can get a bead on what that guard play is really going to look like. And then I'll have a better opinion about Hoover. Now, don't get me wrong. I understand this is only summertime. Team's going to look completely different. And I said this last week. Team's going to look completely different from what they look like now in June to what they look like at tip-off in November, right? I get that part. And guys should be exponentially better from now to November, right? You feel what I'm saying? Individually, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So hopefully they'll grow and they'll be able to really help him out, bro. Because that's gonna be my question for them is that guard play, because they're losing 3 big time guards, guys that have played for a long time, in Salim, Austin, and Seneca, right? So let's see how what they look like.
Gonna be different.
It's gonna be different. It's gonna be different. Same thing. Mountain Brook. Mountain Brook's on this list, man. I like Mountain Brook, bro. I like Ty Davis. I mean, excuse me. He's going. My apologies. Trey Davis, right? I like Trey, right? And he's playing big time AAU basketball right now. So he's getting that experience. So he's gonna come back a different monster, a different beast, right? So I'm cool with Mountain Brook. I just got to see them collectively.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I saw him play a piece of a game this summer, right? I hadn't seen him all the way through this summer. So I'm anxious to see what they look like and how they're gonna look. And I see them on this list is the reason I mentioned them. What else going on in the chat, man? Poke Cotton in the building. What up, Poke? Yeah, man, he back. He got a chip on his shoulder, real deal. Said Kobe Bowler. Amari Tough. Yeah, he is. Like I say, man, I gotta see it. I did knock my thing down. My fault, y'all. But yeah, so also, what up, chat?
Shout out to the chat, man.
I'm just reading some of these comments going through. Growing. Bet. So yeah, man. But before I jump into the iBall Radio, iBall TDB mini camp series that happened this past Sunday at McKee Middle School, which is going down this Sunday at Dothan High School, June 22nd, man. Sign up right now, iBallRadio.com/camps, and you can get in right now. Class of 2028 and 2029 only. I'm going to tell you how deep the Dothan camp is right now, Breezy. I got 2030s asking multiple times to let them in camp. And I'm like, it's going to be 28s and 29s I can't let in, because we got to keep it at 25, right? Because I'm telling y'all, we only got about 11 slots left, and you only got 6 days to sign up. So if you think you're going to come in on registration day and sign up, you got another thing coming. It's going to already be sold out, right? Because you got to register online, and if you can't get in once you hit 25, no more registrations will be taken. So you better get in right now. So I'm going to tell you like this. I think that this basketball season, right, with because like we said last week, we knew Hoover was going to be Hoover, right, in 7A. That was a given, right?
Right.
Before Caleb Holt left, which was just a year ago, we knew Buckhorn was a given.
Yep.
6A was wide open this year. I think what 6A was last year is what 7A is this year. It's wide open. There is no favorite, because the favorite they're looking completely different. We just talked about Hoover, right? We know they look completely different. And since they look completely different, it is wide open. Now, with me going to watch Huntsville High at Auburn, all right.
All
right.
The problem.
All right. Because, hold on, let me scroll back real quick. We see something. Hey, scroll back real quick. I just messed up. Because I cleared out all y'all questions, man. Run the questions back. Because did he mention Huntsville in that? Did I say Huntsville? Because I said this, bro. People sleeping on them.
You know.
Because they have gotten a transfer in from, I think he's from like Oklahoma or somewhere, right? And I forget his name right now. And bro, all right. Listen. I told you something today, Breezy.
Yeah.
We were chatting today, and we were talking about the class of 2027. And I was talking about the 2027 rankings.
Yeah.
Right? Because I said I'm finna go and start back working on those because I done seen some guys. I've been able to get out and see something, right? So I feel a little bit more comfortable putting some guys where they should be in the rankings, right?
Right, for sure.
When you got damn the 200 names, it takes some time, people.
Yeah, it takes time.
So I'm gonna tell you this, bro. Evan Toms.
Right.
All right. Don't be surprised. Don't be surprised. Come 2027 rankings drop. iBall Radio, iBall TDB, lottery rankings drop for the class 2027. Don't be surprised. Just saying.
Hey.
Evan Toms.
It ain't what you thought it was.
It ain't. Listen, all right. All right. I'm going to tell you like this, bro. Outside of Jackson Sheffield, there's no better big in the state of Alabama, regardless of class. Regardless of class, dog. Like Evan's a monster.
Yeah.
He impressed me so much this past weekend, dude. Like, I still think he needs to get stronger with the ball on the perimeter.
Yeah.
Right? Christian runs a lot of action out on, Coach Swears, runs a lot of action out on the perimeter with his bigs in dribble handoff, and they in DHOs, right? They in pick and pop, pick and roll situations. I just think when he gets in traffic out on the perimeter, he has to be stronger with that basketball. And that's just more ball handling.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Not really, when I say ball handling, I mean true ball handling, not dribble moves, not between the legs, behind the back, just getting more comfortable with the basketball. Right? Because he can play, dog. Like straight up. Evan Toms is playing at a level that, I'm going to say it, high major D1.
High major
D1. I'm talking Evan Toms, Alabama, Auburn, SEC, ACC, Division I prospect. Bro, I really, truly believe after his showing this weekend in Auburn on Thursday, they're going to come calling.
Okay.
They already got Simon Walker, so Simon's already finna set that example of how hard work and what kind of player you get when you recruit a Huntsville High player.
Yeah.
So that's going to, I'm telling you, man, I think he's good enough to play there.
That'd be a heck of a duo.
I'm telling, I think he's good enough to play there. And listen, he's 27.
Hey.
He's just going into his junior year.
Right.
He's 6'9". He can shoot it from the perimeter. He can really score it around that. He has great footwork on either block. Right?
Yeah.
And let me tell you something Evan Tom doing that I love.
What's that?
Playing on that rim.
Okay.
When you got a big that play on that rim, you gotta love it.
Yeah, you got to.
And I love that, man. But hey, man, shout out to Instagram, man. Y'all, Instagram, I'm sorry, they still holding us, right? They still holding us. We're gonna figure it out hopefully soon, and we'll be back to what we look like and sound like for real on Instagram. But I meant to pin this in the comments. But go to YouTube, go to iBallRadio.com, click on watch now, take you to YouTube, and you can watch the show live on YouTube in its entirety, the way it's supposed to look and sound. Okay, but I appreciate all y'all that's tapping in right now, right here on Instagram. But if you want to watch the show in its entirety, full audio, full visual, go to iBallRadio.com, click watch now, go to the iBall Radio. It'll take you to the iBall Radio YouTube page. Click subscribe on the iBall Radio YouTube page also, y'all.
Please do that.
Y'all, it's on YouTube. Click the subscribe button. Also, click the notification bell so you can get a notification every time we drop some content on YouTube, which is every single day.
Yeah, man.
Every single day. We drop everywhere every single day, man. Y'all don't know how we go to work. But
you know how we do?
Y'all know how we do, man. But what up to the chat, man? We rolling right now, talking all things high school and college basketball right here in the state of Alabama. Breezy.
Yeah, man.
Friday at Alabama State University. Got a chance to see a lot of teams. I'm gonna tell you like this. When you're watching summer basketball, sometimes you have to understand what you're watching.
Right.
Okay.
Your expectations.
Yeah, your expectations got to be curtailed somewhat, right?
For sure.
I don't have my list in front of me, y'all. I'm sorry, I left the house without my note. But actually, two things. I didn't leave the house without my notes. My notes are in that phone. Okay, I gotta turn that off. Because they ain't paying us. My notes in that phone. And that phone is the phone that's recording on Instagram right now. So I apologize that I don't have my notes and I don't have my names in front of me. So I can't pull them off the top of my head. It's a lot of names. But there's some names I wanted to call for a bunch of teams that I saw, and I apologize. I ain't gonna be able to do that tonight. Okay. Now, if I get to talking, y'all know I just be yapping. If I get to talking and it bam, it pop in my head, then I got you. I got you. But I'm gonna reference them. Y'all gonna have to figure it out. And then when I get my notes and I'm back and Instagram stop tripping, I got y'all. All right, hopefully all that made sense. Right. But yeah, Breezy, this Friday, man, over at Alabama State, got to see a lot of teams play, man. And I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, go on, tell them.
When you're watching a summer team, because I got a chance to watch Baker, right? And I got a chance to stand up and chat with my guy David Armstrong, Coach Armstrong, head coach at Baker. Me and him got a good 10 minutes to sit there and chat, right? And me and him just talking through some things and hearing him talk about how he operates his summer.
Okay.
Right? Like, we were standing there, bro. He tells me, he's like, hey, man, we're playing that second game, bro. And I wanted my kids to get a win.
Right.
Because here's what happened to them on their way down there. They're about 20 miles outside of Montgomery. They bus break down.
No.
They on their way to Bama State to play in the play date. They bus break down.
Dang.
Right? So they have to get picked up, new bus, and then they get there and they have to play the Chuck Person's national team. I think they call it Next Level Prep. I think that's them. Don't quote me on the name. I really don't know the name. But they were playing a national team, their first game. After bus breaking down, driving up from Mobile this morning, waking up butt crack early in the morning to get up there, driving up, bus breakdown, having to get a new bus. You have to get there, and then you got to play. And they got smacked.
That's frustrating.
It's very frustrating.
Oh, that's frustrating to get stranded on the bus.
Oh, man, it's so bad.
Woo.
Happened to me before.
Yeah.
Driving Montgomery Academy, man, when I was coaching Montgomery Academy, I'm driving the cheese on the way to Birmingham to play a game. We were playing somebody in Birmingham. Might have been going to play Calera or something. I think that's where we were. And boy, bus broke down, boy. Man,
that's super hot. That's super frustrating.
So, come on. So I'm gonna tell you like this. So, but anyway, like, I got a chance to talk to Coach Armstrong and to hear a coach's philosophy on how he works summer.
Yeah.
Right? Because he was coming down there just to get reps. But after all of that, he was like, man, and then we got smashed the first game.
Yeah,
right?
That's tough.
Like the morale of the guys were down.
Oh, yeah. I want to go home, Coach.
Man, I don't even want to be here no more. Right? And then they got in the second game against Carver Montgomery, who is another 7A basketball team. So Coach Armstrong had to get his guys up to play that game, right? Of course, they would probably only see Carver down the road if they got to both of them got to the Final Four, because I don't think they cross at any point until they get to Birmingham. But even though he had to, hey, man, this is a 7A team that you can put yourself up against, right? You can really gauge who we are when we go out there and play. So he was like, man, you saw me play a lot of my starters, and we did a lot of the stuff that we're going to do in the season.
Yeah.
Right? So, which was understandable, because he's like, I wanted them to get a win. Now, they eat that win out by 3, right? And he was like, I understand that wins and losses in the summertime don't matter, but I needed a morale boost to give my guys something to feel good about in this trip, because even though you don't care about wins and losses during the summer, you care about their development, right? You care about their development. However, you also don't want to lose your team in June. Have your team like, oh, man, we're going to be sorry as hell.
Man, that motivation crucial.
Yeah, right? To keep the morale of your team up so you can be prepared to be at your best when it's tip-off. Bro, like, that's good coaching.
Yeah, you need a dub.
But listen what he told me after that, because we talked after that game. That's what he told me after that.
Yeah.
Hey, now the next game, you ain't going to see that.
Right,
I'm going to play all these other guys.
Yeah.
All these guys that cat on this bus, they're going to play, and they're going to play a lot, right? So it's interesting to see, man, how coaches go about their summer, right? I just think that his philosophy on how he was going about that play date, right, and how he wanted to play that play date, the teams he wanted to get up and compete against, man, that's how you do it, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
That's how you do it, right?
Yeah.
Like, I want y'all to feel good about something, but we ain't here to talk about, oh, I went this and oh in summertime.
Nah.
That ain't what it's all about. And Baker looks completely different. Like, and he said it, bro. He was like, I have to be different this year. He was like, I got to step my game up, because I've been littered with damn Division I guards and Division I basketball players for the last couple of years.
Right.
He had LeBaron Fadlon, right? Who could have went to the NBA draft this year, right? Who was in it and just came out. It's going to be one of the top draft picks in next year's draft, right? You got he had Desmond Williams, who's about to be a freshman at South Alabama. You had Derek Florence, who's going high major JUCO, right? Like, see, so he's had guys that can really play over the last several years that have put him in a position to get to where he needs to be.
Yeah.
Now, he wasn't able to get up out of that South. You know what I mean? He wasn't able to get out the South with those guys, but LeBaron left after his 11th grade year, whoop, right? And those other guys had, Desmond and Derek had to grow, right? So still, I get where he's coming from because he has to coach different because his best player is a sophomore, is a rising sophomore.
Right, his whole coaching,
Man.
his whole coaching strategy.
Buddy can hoop though.
Yeah.
Like Buddy can hoop. I like I say, my notes over there and that, but he can go.
Yeah.
Like he can go.
That's what's up.
He had a really good game against Carver. So I'm gonna tell you, man. It is. Oh, real quick before I leave that game. Our young boy Zarian at Carver, bro. I was blowed to find out this weekend because I was like, we call him Slim. I'm like, Slim, you coming to
Oh, Slim, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, I call him Zarian. You know what I'm saying? Everybody know about it. Slim, Big Slim.
Yeah.
I'm like, Big Slim, you coming to camp? He's like, I can come. I'm like, yeah. Then Lamarcus standing up. Marcus like, he's 2030. And then we were standing there talking to Coach Sprouse, right? The head coach at Carver, Montgomery. And Coach Sprouse like, yeah, he 20. I'm like, Zarian, he 2030? Oh, I thought he was 2029.
Big Slim 2030?
He 2030, Breezy. He gonna be so damn good. He number one player in 2030.
Hey, got it. Gonna have to be.
He's number one player in the class 2030, man. Y'all bro, he's 6'5" already, and he is hooping.
That's dangerous.
But you understand, Breezy, the reason I thought he was 2029 because he would come play with us at Guard Germain for some tournaments, right? And he would play up on our 2029 team.
Yeah.
He was the best player on the team. Every time he came to play, he was hooping, like big hooping. So, yeah, that floored me to know that he's 2030. But he's going to be an interesting prospect to watch over the next several years.
Yeah, for sure.
But, yeah, man, also, I saw Minor there. I saw Park Crossing. I saw who else did we see, Breezy? I saw a lot of schools.
Yeah, it was a lot of teams.
It was a lot of teams. Trying to think, who else did I see? Who else was I sitting there watching? Somebody that I wanted to talk about. Can't remember who it was. Shout out to the chat, man.
Hey, shout out to the chat.
I messed the chat up, bro. I accidentally closed out of it. And you know once you close out of it, it stopped scrolling for me. So let me look.
There's always some with social media.
Yeah. What up? Yeah, I ain't seeing none of y'all. I ain't seeing none of y'all. Let me see if I can close out and come back in. It's probably gonna make it even worse, huh?
Yes, it can't get no worse than what it is.
Can't get no worse than what it already is, Breezy.
I don't think so.
All right. So speaking of young folks,
yeah.
Squirrel, hey Breezy, something came across my hook today, right?
Okay.
And you know when somebody send me something, I'm gonna at least watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I might even be like, you know what I'm saying? But I'm a watch.
Yeah, for sure.
So Shonda sends me something. How about that? She out here doing stuff. She sends me something, right? And I'm gonna get the name right. I gotta get the name right. His name is, I'm gonna say it wrong. I'm gonna say it wrong. Yeah. But I think the class, if she told me correctly, I think he's in the class. You ready for this, Breezy? Brace yourself. All right, don't be mad at me, but brace yourself.
All right, yeah.
2034.
Wow.
I think he's 2034.
That's so far back.
I think so. What's that? 3rd grade.
That's like 9 years.
Yeah, so that's like 3rd grade. Yeah, like, because what are our little boys? They 2032, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and they 4th grade. So yeah, this 3rd grade. He's
Okay.
going to the 3rd grade.
No, he in 2nd grade.
Now this kid too big to be. He's not that young. He got to be 2033. 2032. He got to be a 2032, bro.
Gonna have to do some research on.
Yeah, but I want to say I saw 2034, bro.
Yeah, you
Like,
seen what you seen, girl?
I can't. I'm not willing to say because he hoping, right? That's the problem.
You seen what you seen,
I might have seen what I seen, cuz. But his name is Chan. Yeah, 2034. I'm looking at his Instagram now.
Yeah, man.
2034. Name is Chan Laurier. Hope I said that right.
Hey, getting shout out.
Bro, little buddy hooping.
Right.
He say, he in the chat, Breezy.
He in the chat.
Stop it. Hit the horns, Breezy. Young fella in the chat right 24. Now. Young fella say he going to the 4th grade.
Okay.
Going to the 4th.
All right.
Hey, man.
Hey,
come on, man.
He hooping.
We're
gonna have we're gonna see you.
Oh, yeah. Like we gonna get down there for real soon. We working our way down to 2030 right now. Right. And we already got a 2032. So right. We
right around the corner.
We right around the corner, man. Then my boy, I got Colton Myers in the building, nephew in the building. What up? Shout out Colton. We gonna talk about Colton in a minute. But yeah, Breezy, 2034, bro.
Hey man, that's some ways away.
But
they hooping though.
They hooping.
But it's good.
You know what I should have did, bro? I should have sent you his mix. So we could be showing it right now. Yeah. Like, I know that's a lot. That's a lot of shout out. We don't do that for a lot of people.
Hey,
right?
Man,
but little buddy hooping, dog.
Hey, sometimes it's your time to shine.
Sometimes it's your time to shine, man. So shout out to Chan, man. But I'm gonna tell you like this. Hey, now listen, that young fella that's in the chat right now, our guy Carson Nation.
Yeah.
He that deal.
Okay.
And Carson, hey man, Carson. Tell your dad to get you in camp, man. We'll let you in. Hey, listen, Carson hasn't. I was laughing about it last week. I'm on the air, but I'm just gonna keep it honest with you. Yeah, like I think Carson is 2031. Yeah, he can come to camp. He cold. You know what I'm saying? Like little buddy can play. Like he can come in there and roll with the big dogs. Right? I might even get him a special invite to big camp. Straight like that. He might even get a special invite. Big camp. See what he can do against the big boy. But Breezy, that was what we saw over the weekend at the Auburn and Alabama State team camp, man. A lot of teams. Shout out to everybody who's out there hooping. Like I said, hoopers. I had a great conversation with Coach Hill. I got Miners head coach. I got to talk to him twice actually, and he told me, he was like, "Hey man, I need a shout out on the show." I was like, "Listen, you get it," and I said it early in the show. Miner is a sleeper in Class 6A. We're adding KJ, hooking up with Isaiah. Like I said earlier, they're a sleeper in Class 6A. Class 6A is going to be really good basketball this year, dog. I know Alabama _hoops 12 named a bunch of teams, man. But yeah, 6A basketball is going to be really good. Now, I'm telling you, I still got Oxford as my favorite.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
My early favorite is still Oxford in Class 6A. I love Gadsden City. I'm anxious to see what Penson's going to bring back. Let's not forget the defending state champion, Paul Bryant. They're returning TJ Bird, who is a dog, right? Who is a guy. So it's going to be really good basketball.
Yeah, it's going to be some good basketball.
It's going to be some really good basketball,
I think so too.
Shout out Coach Raheem over at the new head coach over at Park Crossing, right?
Okay.
Going to get Park Crossing. Those guys are going to be competitive once he's able to get that train rolling the way he wants to get it rolling, right? So I'm telling you, man, I'm interested in it now. 7A basketball, still 7A basketball, right? It's still gonna be 7A basketball. That's who it was. That's who it was. Got a chance to see Enterprise this weekend.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
The thing about Enterprise, man, they big as hell. Man, listen to me, Breezy. Like you go in the gym and when I watched Huntsville High in Auburn, I was like, goodness, they big. I'm like, they are huge. And we know how big they were last year, right? But I'm like, man, look at all that size. Then you go look at the Enterprise, bro, look at all that size. Then you go look at a Carver. Carver don't got that size. Where's y'all breeding these boys at?
Right.
Where they coming from? Right? Like, because they just don't exist here in Montgomery.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it just don't exist. This is what it is.
Yeah, it's weird.
Weird, very weird. But you know, I would say this: 6A is going to be really good. 3A is going to be very, very good as usual. And I said something bold on the show last week, Breezy, and I'm surprised nobody said nothing to me about it. I didn't get nobody to say nothing to me about it.
You ain't got no flex.
None.
No, that don't sound right.
That don't sound right. So, in case you didn't hear it, in case you missed it, I'm gonna tell you again. I like Hale County as the favorite in Class 3A this year.
Yeah, they like giving flag.
I like Hale County.
Yeah, I ain't mad at that.
Listen, y'all know I'm a Montgomery Academy fan. I coached at the school for 7 years, right? I got a love for Montgomery Academy. That's why I picked them last year to win the 3A state championship, which they did. I picked them this time last year. Now, not picking Hale County to win the 3A state championship. I need y'all to get that right. And like I always tell y'all, I write down all of my predictions in pencil, right? And like Harold Daddy used to say, hey, life is like the other end of a pencil. Got to erase on it. You erase and change that thing up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to tell you, I'm penciling them in. No, I'm not. They're just my favorite. I ain't penciling nobody yet because I think in August, we're going to drop our way too early top 25 rankings, regardless of class. We're going to rank the top 25 teams after. Well, I might do that in July. I'm going to do that after June.
Okay.
I'm going to do that in July.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that in July. That's some content we got coming in July. I'm going to drop the way too early top 25, the iBall Radio way too early top 25 for this upcoming basketball season.
All right, cool.
And we're going to see how, because I don't think we ever went back and looked at our way too early from last year and see how it planned out to see who the state championships and who made it to the final. I don't think we did that.
I don't think so.
I'm going to go back and look at it tonight just so we can, because, you know, March I went on vacation. So we ain't do a lot in March, bro. We looked at our numbers today. We dropped like 11 pieces of content all March. We was chilling in March because we went so hard for the basketball season. But
what?
I can't say the name, but D Vorick Hargrove 86 said he said he loves Whitesburg Christian in Class 3A. Oof.
Okay.
That's gonna be tough.
That's gonna be rough. That's gonna be tough now.
Listen, if they were it's gonna be tough, bro. Like I don't know what their area look like and what they coming out of. So it's possible, right, that they make it there. But man, Montgomery Academy, Hale County. It's gonna be tough.
Hell of a game.
Like, listen, midfield's gonna be good again. They're gonna be in the mix. Lee Scott should be good again. They're gonna be in the mix. Bro, I'm sorry. I think the roads lead through Montgomery Academy, the defending state champ, and Hale County, who, in my opinion, whoever won that game last year in the regional semifinal at Alabama State, when we sat there courtside and watched that game, Breeze,
right. Yeah,
I thought whoever won that game was going to win the state championship, and they did. I think if Hale County would have pulled that game out, they would have went on to win the state championship that year, last year. I really do believe that, right? And I think Montgomery Academy ended up winning that game by double digits. They pulled away on that game in the end. It was a great first half, great third quarter. I think they pulled away in the end, right? So I'm telling you, I love Whitesburg. Listen, I love KD Ragland. I think he's good enough to carry his team to a certain point. Listen, and if I'm not mistaken, they got our guy now. They got a championship coach. Didn't they get Coach Harden? I think Harden he left Buckhorn to go to Whitesburg, if I ain't mistaken.
Oh, yeah.
So they got a championship coach. They got a dude in KD Ragland. I'm not sure what else they got around him. I'm not. I saw a couple of clips. I hadn't seen a game. if you can send me some yeah, okay. He said they got a 6'9" transfer from Huntsville High. They got KD, of course, and then Coach Harden. Okay, so we were correct. They got Coach Harden and they got KD Ragland, right? We knew that. So who's the 6'9" from Huntsville High? I don't know. Now, I'm gonna tell you like this. I only seen clips of Whitesburg Christian so far this summer. I hadn't seen a full game. So Hargo, if you can send me, if you can send me some film, you can send it to info@iballradio.com or you can send it to iballradio@gmail.com. Info@iballradio.com or iballradio@gmail.com. You can send it personally. Send it to D Williams at iBallRadio.com. Drake in the building. What up, Drake? You can send it to me. I need to see some film of Whitesburg Christian before I put them in that category with those teams. Because I've seen Hale County this summer. I've seen Montgomery Academy this summer. And I'm going to tell you, bro, them teams going to be tough. They're going to be tough. So I need, because I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to catch Whitesburg Christian this summer. I don't know if they're going to be anywhere that I'm at this summer. So if I don't catch them, I need you to send me some film. Hook me up with some film.
We got to see him.
So I can see this 6'9" transfer. I know about KD and I know about Patrick Harden. So, like I say, they got a chance. And they up there now. I think they're in the Northwest. They might be in the Northwest region of Class 3A. And I don't know how good the basketball is up there. Right? I don't know how good 3A basketball is up north.
That's why Harden went there and take over.
Right. Who did Montgomery Academy beat last year? They beat I want to say they beat a Northwest Alabama team, if I ain't mistaken. So, well, like I say, we gonna see.
Yeah, we gonna see.
Yeah, he said he got me. He said he gonna send me the film. So yeah, I'm gonna catch that film and I'm gonna check it out. Oh, now I did go back and watch. Huntsville High sent me some film from their team camp at Alabama. I went back and watched one of those games the other day. And then I went and saw them live at Auburn. And man, shout out to my guy Simon Walker, man. Shout out Simon, man. Simon, I got a chance to sit with him, and I didn't get my picture, man. I should have took a picture with my boy. But I got a chance to sit down and talk to my guy Simon for a minute, man. Say he done gained 5 pounds, about 5-6 pounds since he been on campus, a muscle up to 201. He looking, hey, listen, his body looking different. So man, shout out to Simon, man. Appreciate your nephew coming to holler at me up there in Auburn.
Oh, you got Drake in here? Oh, there you go.
Oh, Drake the popped in?
Popped up.
Let's go.
Sometimes you got to show up and.
Hey.
Yo.
What it do?
What up, fellas?
We can't hear you. Hold on.
I can't hear you, Drizzy.
You can't hear me.
I think we've been having issues with our thing, Drake. Breezy gonna try to work it out.
I can't hear y'all.
Work it out. Bear with us. But yeah, man, we're gonna try to get our guys. Y'all see on the screen right now, our guy Terry Drake is in the building. We're gonna try to get his sound working. We've been having some issues, man. That's why if you go to iBallRadio.com right now, man, and you get your premium subscription, you can see our interview, Coach's Corner interview with Coach Conzo Martin. We had these same issues with Coach Conzo. But last week when Drake was on, we didn't have the issue.
Drake, say something, Drake.
Drake, can we hear you?
Can y'all hear me?
Nah, we can't
hear me.
Everything's turned all the way up. This just is so frustrating. We're going to loop. Hey, listen, I'm going to tell y'all, we're going to leave this studio. We're going to go get us another studio. Because this studio don't want to work for me, Drake. It don't want to let us be great, bro. Because I know you got something to drop on us because you just came back from the NBA PA 100, top 100 camp. And I need to hear about the top 100. I need to hear how Gage Mayfield and Jackson Sheffield did up there.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
What's up, fellas?
What's happening?
What's happening, man?
What up, Drizzy?
What's happening,
What's
Drizzy?
happening?
Hey, I got Terry Drake in the building.
What's happening? What's going on, man? I hear y'all talking about Whitesburg Christian, man. I've been getting several texts about them. Well, texts, DMs, or however you want to call these things now, man. So much stuff right here. Man, they with that black cup, man.
Hey, man.
They hit us up yet?
Nah, they ain't hit us up yet. You see, it's the popper topper. You dig? I can let that thing down, keep the germs away. You feel me?
The popper.
Gotta keep them germs away.
Yes, sir.
Hey, real quick, let me jump in. I know you guys rolling, man. Just NBA, NBPA, top 100. Gage Mayfield, Jackson Sheffield. I know I called you several times in regards to Gage.
Right.
Just continuously increase his stock. Got hurt, twisted his ankle, kind of set out the latter part of it. But prior to that, really showcasing what we have come to know and have.
They say they can't hear you. Hold on. Poke Cotton say they can't hear Drake.
They can't hear Drake.
Oh, you know why? Because y'all are on Instagram. Pokey, you gotta go over to YouTube right now.
Yeah, you gotta go to YouTube right now if you want to hear.
Yeah, if you want to hear Drake,
anything.
if you want to hear the interview with Terry Drake right now, you have to go to YouTube. I'm sorry about that. Go to YouTube, iBallRadio.com, click on watch now, or you can just go straight to the iBall Radio YouTube page and watch our live on there, and you'll be able to hear Drake.
What's going on with Instagram?
Bro, they won't let us third-party stream anymore from StreamYard to Instagram for some reason. They didn't. Once you start getting over 1,000 people, thousands of people tapping in per night, they want you to go directly from Instagram. Right? They don't want you to use the third party, so they didn't kick this off. But so you got to come over to YouTube to hear the whole thing.
So back to Gage. Lot of excitement around him. Danny Cervic was up there, putting in work with his fellas, man. But
right,
lot of prep schools were reaching out or hitting up Gage while he was up there, trying to get him to leave Alabama. Once again, we looking like we got a little wave that's getting ready to hit us, or is hitting us as we speak. But for all intents and purposes, just talking to Gage dad and things like that, pretty much he's gonna sit still. He's gonna sit tight.
Oh yeah, Gage ain't going nowhere. Listen, that family is so grounded and they're so in tune to what they're going after.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what they really are, bro. They so Hale County.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
And he talked about that. He talked about Herb.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? The lineage there and things that Gage can do for his teammates,
right.
Hale County in general,
right?
The future of Hale County, high caliber, high integrity guy, man, high integrity family that has been some first iBall rated, iBall TDB camp participant.
Yeah, he is alum, bro. He was the first one. He's been to 3.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So he's one of our guys.
So his stock is going to continue to rise. Where I really think that in August, come around August, and that next those next rankings come out, you're going to see him rise, from where he is. Jackson Sheffield, man, I cannot tell you how impactful this young man is right now, and how his stock is rising. I'm not sure how much Hoover will do this year, but as far as Jackson Sheffield, just personally, him and Gage, man, they are the two biggest names coming out of Alabama right now. Jackson, held his own, more so of just being a big dominant interior presence. Offensive game came along, was not that big of a factor, but he did show that he can score on the low block. But when it comes to motor, setting screens, rebounding, defending, challenging shots, altering shots, no interior presence was doing it better. And I mean, he was
the whole camp.
He's at the whole camp, mean streak, playing hard. He is really, really elevating his game, elevating his stock. And if he becomes a player at the next level that can get that ball, hold it for 2 seconds, see what's happening, be a playmaker out of that, that's just going to increase his stock. And I know wherever he goes, they're going to teach him that and give that opportunity. So we're looking at 2 guys, man, that, truth be told, going to have a shot at that at that professional level.
Right. And
for sure.
And I told, if you go to our latest 2026 rankings, you go to iBallRadio.com right now and see our 2020 iBall TDB lottery rankings and first and second round and watch list. You can see the full list on iBallRadio.com. But I'm gonna tell you like this, Drake. Who we got number 1?
Gage.
Who we got at number 2?
Jackson Sheffield.
Come on, man. Like we saw last year with their development on, okay, these 2 are starting to separate themselves.
I remember you calling me and was like, I don't know where it was, where you saw Gage at, but you called me and said there's a new number 1 player in the state.
Yep.
And when you said Gage, I was like, you know, because I had saw him. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, me, you know, just so much going on, just like didn't think about it because we weren't talking rankings at that time.
Right.
But
We took a year off from rankings.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? When you called and you said that, I was like, you know what? You right. Because he just has he came out of I mean, for us, he didn't come out of nowhere. We've seen him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right,
but
listen,
as far
he wasn't this guy, bro.
He wasn't this guy.
No, he wasn't this guy. You gotta understand the first camp that Gage came to in 2023, bro. He was about 6'5", 6'4". Yeah. He wasn't dunking. He was about 6'4". Now he played with a motor and he finished everything around the rim. But he wanted to own the rim. Then he came back next year. He was 6'7", wearing a 17 shoe. Right? And now he's who he is.
Man. And he has emerged. But let me I'm gonna give you one more name and then I'm up out of here. They got a lot of stuff to catch up on them in the NBPA. But I will say this, man. Coben Landrew, who left Thompson and is over in Atlanta now, is I shared with somebody and I said this. He is the most highly rated, underrated player in the country. And if you go and look at the offers that he's just posted coming out of the NBPA, you'll be like, and everybody is wondering, why is this kid not ranked? But I will tell you this: come August,
he gonna be up in there.
He gonna be up in there. He gonna be up in there.
Hey, listen, while we're on the subject of Coben Landrew, right? I got a call from the NBAPA. Right. And it wasn't from you. So this did not come from Drake. I talked to several people that were there. This one did not come to, because I don't want them hearing you like, oh, you said this because I knew you. Drake didn't say it, y'all. All right. But I got a report from the NBPA that was very high on Coben Landrew. Right. Very high. But guess what they said? They say they didn't see pro. Do you see pro in Coben Landrew?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. They say
he can come in and be a role guy at the pro level
because he's just so damn talented.
Yeah, and he listen. He's gotten his body right.
That was my question. Has he gotten his body right?
Yes.
Like is he starting to get into his young man body? No more pudgy young boy.
Yes. Body. Yeah, that's gone. That pudgy that we saw in Alabama, that's gone. Okay. That's gone.
That's good.
But you know, he just does everything now. Just does everything. And when we're talking pro, you know, and as you know, you've been through it with Brian and things like that. It's really at the end of the day, you know, we can project a player to be a pro, but at the end of the day, as you know, and as Brian went through it, because Brian should have been in the league. You know what I'm saying?
For 15, 20 years. Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So. But, you know, as we know, it's about timing. It's about, you know, what they're looking for. It's a lot of factors that come into it where just the ordinary person probably would not understand. So, yes, a guy can be a NBA caliber player and not make it. There's a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Sure. But is Coben Landrew, and will he come or is he that at that point? And, you know, with the projection that he's got going, yes.
Yeah. Yes. Because he has all the tools, all the attributes. He has the size. He has the skill set. He has he is long, right? We know the NBA for wings, you have to be long and lengthy with a bunch of game. And he has that.
And listen, then another thing that we have to, you know, we talk about when we talk about the NBA is that there's only a certain amount of superstars. Yeah. Everybody else is just role player. Can Coben Landrew be a role player in the NBA? Yes, he can.
Hey, listen, what is it? By 90% of the league is role players.
It's role players.
He's like 90% of the NBA is role players, bro.
So I think that people when we say is this kid or this player an NBA prospect, I think sometimes in our mind we think, is he gonna be a Kevin Durant or a
right?
We do a disservice to a player when we're trying to project him just because we say NBA and say is he gonna be a headliner. No, when we're talking, most guys gonna go in. You got the Cooper Flags is getting ready to go. Gonna be that, and what Dallas has the first pick or second? Which who has Dallas?
Yeah, they got
Dallas. They get them. I mean, come on now. Look, let's think about it. You get Kyrie back healthy. You get those, saying guys going. Boston,
Anthony Davis. You got Daniel Gafford.
White. The kid that's from Duke. So lively. But you get Cooper there. And you know what I'm saying? In that mix, the West gonna be. Look at what the West got next year. You know what I'm saying? Then on top of that, interesting. You got it the East. Boston's not gonna be able to keep that team together.
Jason Tatum won't be back till later on in the season anyway with the torn Achilles.
So so when we're talking about guys that fit.
Right. And when we're projecting to the next level, when we do this with college, you're projecting to see where they fit into a program. When you're projecting from college to the professional level, you're just trying to find a comp.
Yeah.
You're trying to find a comp. Who is this guy remind me of?
Yeah.
Right? Who can this guy turn out to be? What role can he play? Can he play this person's role on a team? So that's really, and it's politics, dog. It's politics.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And let me jump on this because I want to make sure we touch this at least before I get up out of here. Alabama, we just got to continue doing better. I know we didn't have a scholastic event this year. Teams having to go to Tennessee, teams having to go to Georgia.
Bro, did you know it was a scholastic event live period in Mississippi?
Mississippi
has a live. Yes, bro. I talked to Coach Hill at Minor. Take that back. I talked to Coach Threadgill at Sparkman. Talked to Coach Thread. I think they're going over to Mississippi. Either one of them are going to Mississippi to their scholastic live period.
Mississippi.
Crooked letter.
And Alabama don't have one.
Come on, man. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
But shout out to Charles Henderson, Dothan, Gaston City, Homewood, Hoover, Huntsville, Minor, Oxford, and Spain Park, all who will be in the one in Georgia at the end of the month. I say that because I know. Did you get everything situated? Send everything over?
Yeah, I sent it over.
All right, they normally don't send it out until that first week, but it's gonna be good to be able to see these teams and how they stack up with some of these nationally ranked teams that's across the country that'll be, or here in the Southeast that'll be there in Georgia at the end of the month.
Right. You going over to Tennessee? You gonna hit Tennessee's?
I think that's this weekend.
That's this weekend.
And I'm slammed with work. I don't think I'll be able to get over there.
There is this weekend, isn't it? The first scholastic live period is this weekend. Yeah, I'm not gonna make it.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard for me to get over. Like you got a lot of deadlines coming out of that NBA.
Yeah, we got Dothan on Sunday, so I know we ain't gonna be able to make it.
I need to be headed down that way, figuring that out as well. So, we'll talk offline on that. But I just don't know what teams are like. I really want to know where they're going because I mentioned this, D, because it's getting harder and harder for kids to get seen.
Yeah, it is.
And I say that to say that what are the coaches doing? And I'm not knocking coaches because I don't want to start another thread that you had on your Instagram.
Please don't get
like
on.
With these
guys over the head, bro. Don't get them on the head. Keep them off me.
But where with it being harder to get in front of coaches, what are they doing? Or what are coaches doing? Are they banking on because are they just banking on I'm thinking AAU coaches and high school coaches? I'm
gonna tell you like this, Drake. I'm gonna tell you, but I'm gonna speak from the terms of a high school coach first. In terms of a high school coach, a lot of them ain't got no talent, right? So, and then in the summer, a lot of them, their talent plays multiple sports, right? A lot of them don't have basketball players. They have athletes. So they're able to compete when they get out there, athletes. In the summer, you don't have, because they out playing 7-on-7, they out with summer ball.
Yeah.
If they're football players, they're playing football.
Yeah.
Right. They'll come into the gym or make a play date with you, but majority of their time they in the weight room, they doing football stuff. So you don't see a lot of those teams, and their coaches don't have a lot of basketball talent. I'm not finna put them in that fire during the summer. Like I just talked about a conversation I had with Coach David Armstrong, the head coach at Baker, right? Like it's strategic what a lot of these coaches do when they know, hey, my talent is at this level this year. I'm gonna be at this level this year. I'm gonna pull it back, right? I'm not gonna do as much. I'm not gonna put them because I know they're not ready. I don't need to crush their confidence early. So, like a lot of them know they don't have the talent to compete. So if I don't have the talent to compete, I ain't gonna do nothing.
That makes sense.
I got you. Makes sense. So what about the AAU coaches?
They just don't care. They're just trying to collect a check.
Okay.
That's all. Now, are we talking about high major AAU or are we talking about Alabama kids AAU?
And we're talking about, we cover Alabama kids, even and we're still getting people from Tennessee and Florida and Georgia want us to come cover outside of the state. High major programs, we already know what they're going to do. We know when we go out here to the Puma circuit, to New Balance, given for Nike, Under Armour, and Adidas, we know it's given for them that they're going to put their kids in the situation where they need to be. Puma is on the rise. New Balance is doing their thing. So, but we're talking about the ones that are not associated with a shoe company that are on independent. I know they go to on the radar a lot locally, OTR and different things like that. But they go to certain places and they're not, people don't know them. They find themselves on the back end of a gym that's 20 miles away from the main, facility. So, but they're telling, parents and things like that, hey, look, we're going and we're going to be playing in front of college coaches. You're not going to be playing in front of college coaches. You're not going to be in that.
You're not going to be on that court. You're not going to be in that gym. You're not going to be in that game.
So my question is that, there are some good players in Alabama that are not on shoe circuits teams that are playing on what we call certain teams.
Mom and pop. I'm not gonna call them independent because, like you say, OTR, hoop scene, prep hoops, those are independent circuits.
Yeah,
like everything else, mom and pop, bro.
Yeah,
my team, mom and pop. Like I ain't tripping.
It's
a developmental team. Like those levels are developmental levels. Those aren't showcase levels. Like the level of AAU we're talking about that a lot of kids you're mentioning that can play, they're playing on developmental levels. They're not playing on showcase levels.
Which now goes into why are we selling that you're finna get them in front of coaches? Because at the end of the day, I don't know
what Johnny Manziel did.
Yeah, I see. I understand. It's about the money. You know what I'm saying? But what is this for? What is this for at the end of the day? Because I'm telling, whatever parent is here listening on tonight, whatever, you know what I'm saying, coaches, I'm just encouraging. Yeah. It is getting harder and harder and harder. There are no longer going to be walk-ons.
Yep. Walk-ons going away.
Yep. And then you got options. These are your options. Are you going to reclassify or are you going to move? Are you going to go prep? Because those are
now listen, I'm not sure if I'm privy to bring some information. It's all over. It's kind of all over.
I already know what you're talking about. And I know what you're talking about because we got that text.
Right.
I'm not gonna say anything about it. They can figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. I know what you're about to say.
Yeah, I'm saying I got a FaceTime call and I'm not cool bringing it to air. But even though I see it all over social media, I'm gonna let them make that announcement before I say the announcement, right? But we're going to continue to see this trend. We've seen it every year. Now, the 2026 class has already been decimated because of it, right? We had Caleb Holt leaving. We had Clyde Walters leaving. We had Ladarius Gavan leaving. We had Colvin Landry. Listen, no.
Okay, because I got word that he was coming back, but
no, because rumor has it he was coming back.
Okay,
but my thing is, I'm kind of right there, and bro, they looking for somewhere to stay in Virginia, bro. So, you know what I mean? They ain't coming back.
Yeah, but go ahead. 2026 been decimated.
It's been decimated, and now we're about to see even more decimation, even if that's a word, of the class.
It is right now.
It is right now, bro. So
of the 2026 class,
because of what we're talking about.
of the level of basketball, right? And in this situation, bro, he really had nowhere to go to be able to play high-level basketball next year in Alabama.
Yeah.
It was no school that he could go to that was going to be able to play a level of basketball that he needs to play to get his career to where he needs it to go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Yeah.
Like that's tough because, bro, it's just because me and you had conversations. We talked about it on this show about him going to another certain school.
Yeah.
And he was like, that ain't it either.
Yeah. Man, listen, he's got six guys, 6'6" and above guys.
Right. And one like and a couple footers.
Yeah. Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You playing with 6'6" on the wing and you got footers on the inside, bro.
Yeah.
You playing different basketball.
Yeah.
Different, which is going to elevate your game.
It's going to elevate your game, especially with your recruitment opening back up.
And so now, you know, we're going to continue seeing. So we're going to continue seeing this decimation, like you said. If you know, it's a word that we're
gonna use it tonight, Drake.
Yeah, we're gonna use it tonight. So
baby.
how do we get Alabama basketball better?
I can tell you. You come to the iBall TDB mini camp series.
And that wasn't a plug. That wasn't a plug.
It wasn't a plug. I know you weren't throwing me an alley-oop right there.
Yeah.
You just gave me a pass, and I'm finna go windmill on the dude.
Hey, the answer.
The answer is in that. Bro, you come to mini camp if you're in 2028 and 2029, and in August, you come to the iBall TDB Elite Skills Camp for 26 through 29 if you got invites. So, bro, that's how you change basketball. If we want to really see the level of basketball grow in our state, bro, y'all got to stop running around think I'm going to get seen on the AAU level. Bro, I give AAU coaches a very hard time, right? I do, but I get it. In the summertime, bro, you might have these kids 2 times a week, maybe. You might you maybe practice with them 2 times a week, and then you go play games on the weekend. So you don't have a lot of time to actually try to develop these players unless you got a local team that you can practice with as much as you want. You can do as much skill development as you want. And that's not happening when you're playing high level AAU all the way down to independent AAU. They got guys coming in from all over just to play. So I give AAU coaches a hard time, but the only way y'all are going to get better, because you're not going to be able to do it through AAU, you're going to have to go camps, get you a good trainer, and you're going to have to find you some hoop, whether it's open runs, pick up basketball. You got to find your opportunities to just play.
And we as just people in general in the basketball community have to stop picking and nitpicking people against one another.
Oh yeah.
Had I not, you know, people used to always try to pin me and Coach Barber against one another. Had me and Barber not been cool, there wouldn't be an iBall TDB.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So like now, you know, it's like, how important are our kids? Because, you know, I left the NBPA camp, went to Jay Billis camp, normally have some Alabama kids there. We have no Alabama kids there this year. And you're in front of Jay Billis, you're in front of Paul Biancardi, you're in front of, you know, they had coaches leadership development program, and I can't tell you the names that was there that, you know, and then coaches development program, D3 coaches that are actually hands-on teaching and coaching. Like one of the best camps that's in the country outside of Team USA and those things like that.
Right.
But you know, it's like we've got to begin to, outside of the elite camps and stuff like that. Like we got to put on some valuable camps where kids are really coming and getting that real work, and that's what we get from the iBall TDB. And so when we, you know, stop knocking us because we're promoting Pro 1 basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Danny Cervic's track record and what he's doing for these kids, it shows. It's evident.
It's second to none.
It's second to none.
It's second to none. Right.
Stop. You know what I'm saying?
Real. He run the state. If you mad about that, take it up with yourself. Go get better.
Yeah. Stop knocking SMB. You know,
Stop it.
ballers when they're going out and knocking off top ranked teams in the Puma circuit.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what else is out there?
Mm-hmm.
And we're not knocking nobody, but I've seen Bama Celtics in the Puma Circuit. So
JSI made it to Rock Hill.
Yeah. So
they made it to 3 SSB.
So we're not knocking any, we're trying to help the game overall. Right. We're not knocking anybody. And so I'm not hating, iBall TDB, iBall radio, territory, but we don't hate we're not knocking anybody.
Nobody. But here's the thing, Drake. I know people hate on us. You know how I know? Yeah. Because of the turnout we had at camp this Sunday.
Yeah.
Right? Because it wasn't direct, but I know people said, because I had an AAU coach hit me, right? And they were asking me about camp. They was like, went good. They was like, man, I wish you would have told me. I would have got more kids over there. I would have sent more of my kids over there, right? And he was like, man, but somebody had said something to him about don't go over there and pay. Like, what do you expect? Camp to be free? Right? But you're like Chill Wilson, you'll run the CP3 or like you say, Jay Billis or any of those camps and pay thousands of dollars, or that MSTV or
TV.
Yeah, whatever they call it, the different color uniform joints, right? Y'all run over there to get highlight tapes and who can dribble the fastest through cones. Bro, I want your guy Colton Meyer, right, showed up to camp from Prattville, right? And he just shouted you out in the chat. But Colton comes to camp. And I want anybody to ask Colton, right, about camp. Ask him how many cones were laid out in the gym. Ask him how many ball handling drills he went through. Ask him how many shooting drills he went. 0. Those parents left there and told, hey, man, we've never seen a camp where 95% of the camp was focused on defense. We were teaching the game. We're teaching you spacing on floor. We're teaching you terminology. We're teaching you how to position yourself to be in position to play defense. Because understand, I just had a interview, which I just dropped on iBallRadio.com with Missouri State head coach Conzo Martin. And bro, that is what he talked about in the interview. If you want to play early and you want to be recruited, you better know how to guard. And people don't understand. It's about speaking the language of basketball. Do you know low man? Do you know help? Do you know one pass away? Do you know gap? Do you know deny? Do you know pack line? Can you put all of these things in order to get on the floor and guard?
That's that high IQ.
That's high IQ, bro. Listen, Breezy coined our camp. Bro, we're not having basketball camp. We're having IQ camp. You're coming to camp to increase your basketball IQ. You're coming to camp to increase how you learn how and know how to play the game. I don't give a damn if you can shoot 23s. I don't care if you got a tween side step back. I don't care, because Drake just told you a couple of weeks ago the top players in the NBA have the ball in their hand 9 minutes a game. Bro, you're not going to have the ball in your hand enough to dribble, step back, shoot. It ain't happening. So you better learn how to play.
And let me say this. This is why the shot clock is so important. There's a kid that we kind of talked about earlier, was doing some things with, future school. And the coach said, look, he's ball dominant and things like that. But he said, look, you're going to have to get the ball up the court faster. Yep. You can't be in the back. You can't be in the back court playing with it. You got to get up in the half court. You got to get up to, cross half court, because we play with the shot clock. This is another reason why we got to go ahead and get this thing fully rolling all the way across the board here in the state of Alabama. Yep. Because you there are certain, as you going back to your point, certain IQ points that you develop playing with the shot clock. Yep. Like, what I'm saying, you can't massage the ball. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like we see many guards in the state do.
Many.
Like there are only certain amount of people that can massage the balls, Carmelo Anthony's and the Kobe Bryant's. And even when they massage it, they're not massaging it very long. You look at how long they have it in their hands. It's not
4 or 5 dribbles, bro. It's 4 or 5 dribbles and they're to a spot.
To a spot. So we have a lot that we got to continue developing and helping our kids with. And we're doing a parent session at the Jay Billis. And after, I finished speaking, so many parents came up and they're at a place, D, where they're like so confused. Where do I go? Who do I use as a trainer? What AAU program should I be with? We're putting out all this money and stuff and don't know if it's really going to give us a return on our investment.
Blind investments. Worst things in the world, bro.
And we have one of the things that corporate America did over the past 10 years, a lot of businesses merged.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Hey, listen, ain't that business? You start a business to sell your business.
Yeah.
iBall Radio, Territory Basketball merged.
Yep.
There needs to be a lot of these AAU programs.
Oh, hit the horn, Breezy. Wrong horn. There you go.
Merging.
Yep. Merge. You really do.
Real talk, and I'm not trying to knock you. You've built some things, you've done some things great. But for the betterment of the game and the betterment of the players, and I know you're looking at the watch, so I'm about to get up.
No. This text message.
For the betterment of the game and the betterment overall for us, because I'm, one of the brightest and youngest trainers that's coming up in the state of Alabama is Orlando Coleman, Ricky Terry. They got the open runs. You talked about that earlier.
Yep.
Coach Barber is still doing his thing. Jason Smith over there, the JSI, those guys still doing their training things. There's some young guys coming up here just in the Birmingham area that we know of, and then down there where you at, we got our guy Marquise and all those kind of things like that. We just got to start being able to come together, build. Because I'm gonna say this, and you'll see it over. And you already know it, but I'm talking to parents, coaches, and players that may not be aware of this.
Right,
it's getting harder to get you into that next level.
Getting harder, baby. Hey, listen, you better link up with somebody. And like my boy Colton Myers in the chat just said, Colton Myers said, it's the best camp I've been to, no doubt. Bro, we did hours of defensive principles, dog. Like, straight like that, Drake. Hours of defensive principles, man. Like, because if you left there with a higher IQ, you left there with the ability to go get better. Right? Now, because our goal is for our kids in Alabama, bro. If y'all don't know this, our goal for our kids in Alabama is to get our kids to be able to play anywhere. If you pull out one of our kids, they can go play somewhere. Real quick, we got our guy on, bro. We gotta bring him on real quick. What is that? Okay.
To send a voicemail.
Okay, that was different. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? I know who it is. Tell the folks who you are. Lance from Huntsville is in the building. What it do, homie? What we got tonight?
Still on? Can Drake hear me?
Yeah, Drake's still here. He can hear you. Can you hear him, Drake?
I can hear him. A little choppy, but I can hear him.
So, talking about, right? And what can we state? One of the things that I think.
Oh, you choppy, Lance. You might have to.
I think
you going in and out. Can you hear me, Lance? You going in and out. Yeah, you sound like Darth Vader.
I can hear you.
Say it again.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you. You sound like Darth Vader, but we can hear you.
I know. So what I was about Drake mergers, I that's a beautiful word. Then what that is, it lets them play to their.
Yeah.
And what we have to understand is.
Okay, Lance, call back, Lance. Lance, call back. You were going in and out. We couldn't hear you. We want to make sure the people can hear you correctly because you were going in and out and you were sounding like Vader. So if you're inside, maybe try to step outside and give us a call right back. Here he is, hopefully in a better spot.
Was he talking about the mergers?
Yeah, he was talking. Can you hear us, Lance? Can you hear us? All right, keep that. Oh, my fault. Here we go. Lance, can you hear us now?
Hello.
Yeah, there you go.
I can hear me.
Nah, you still sound chopped.
Where you at, Lance?
Does he have an earpiece in?
Oh, it sounds like, I don't know. You got an earpiece?
It's just regular.
Yeah, like I think Lance in a bad spot. Lance, if you can, hit the link we sent you, and you can come on.
Yeah.
Hit the link. You can come on. Yeah, because but yeah, Drake, he was trying to talk about you and what you said about the merger. I did hear him say that part. So I think he's about to say something about the merger. Hopefully he can tap in real quick. Lance, hey, listen, Lance got the bat line, so he gets he got a link. Lance got a link too, so hopefully he can tap in with us. But yeah, Drake, finish your thought, man. You were talking about those teams merging because we do have too many teams and we don't have any sponsored teams. Like I say, I think the only fully sponsored team in the state of Alabama on the 17U level is Pro One. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't think is B-Mays Elite. They're out of Tennessee. Yeah, they're out of Tennessee, but they got a lot of Alabama kids. But they're based out of Tennessee. So I know the Alabama Fusion E15s are probably fully sponsored, right? But only Alabama kids on there I know is Trey Pittman. Right,
Trey, yeah,
and it's probably one other, right? So my thing is, I don't. JSI is doing a good job to potentially be fully sponsored by Three Stripes the way they playing. If they can go make some noise in Rock Hill, SMB is making a push to be fully sponsored by Puma. If they can go make some noise at the Next Pro and the Pro 16, so I like. Outside of that, bro, like now imagine if you got a JSI and a Bama Celtics to merge.
And we're not trying to take away from what your core component, but bringing this thing together.
Right.
How much more could you do? And I understand at the end of the day, we got some, it's all about the money at the end of the day. And
more so about the money, Drake. I don't think it's even as much about the money more than it is about the name across the front of that jersey.
Okay. Yeah, what's across that front, man?
The logo. Guys are so leaning on their logo, right? When me and you came together and we went through logo designs, you was like, you just want to make it the iBall? I was like, nah, we need to come up with something else. And I was like, nah, you need to put your name on it.
Yeah. Because I had no problem just hitting the iBall.
Yeah, exactly. But I was like, nah, man, we finna share this wealth we got.
Yeah.
Right. All right. I got Lance and popped in. He hit the line. So Lance, talk to us, man. Hopefully you don't sound like Darth Vader no more.
Man, that was scary. I even scared myself.
Right, dude. Right. So what you got for us?
So I wanted to touch back on. I know the conversation has probably moved on, but the word that Drake was using, mergers or collaboration, right? And I think one of the things that really helps us do is everybody gets to play to their strength. Some people are good at this, some people are good at the other things. And, a lot of parents don't know what their kid needs a lot of times. They just know they need to be part of something. So they just find something on Google or Facebook or whatever, and then boom, they're in it. And they don't know exactly what their kid needs. But when a bunch of people are collaborating to do what's best for the kid, then that kid's going to get everything that they need.
Facts. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Because parents are lost out here, y'all. Like they don't have a clue because majority of the time, they lying, but majority of the time, parents didn't come from athletic backgrounds, right? They were never recruited. They were never high level prospects or players, right? So they don't know the process. But however, a lot of them get themselves in trouble by pretending to know the process. So what they do is they go spend boatloads of money to play for this AAU team that they don't need to be on. They're traveling to all these camps and all these other areas where nobody from your area is getting recognized because you're not a focal point, but you pass over the camps that are in your area that can give you the recognition and the tutelage that you need to move on. So the thing is, parents are out here chasing a dream that they see, like Lance said, they see on YouTube, they see on TikTok. So they're chasing that dream and they're just spending a bunch of money. And it's people out there taking advantage of those people from states like ours, like Alabama, because we're so separated, because we don't have merger, because we don't have high level basketball on every circuit throughout the state, which we should. We don't have it because of that reason. And until we find out, like Drake said earlier, iBall Radio and Terry Drake basketball merged to do what we're doing now, right? We got with Lance is sitting on this screen because y'all don't know how many times we talk throughout the week just about different basketball stuff and future business endeavors that we can get into to help the game of basketball, right? It's people that we talk to on a daily basis. Drake talk to people, Lance talk to people. Y'all know I'm staying talking because that's all I do. So I'm just saying it's things happening. However, if the kids and the powers that be of other people don't support, our kids are gonna stay behind, right?
So
your program gonna stay mom and pop. You ain't never getting sponsored, right? And all our kids are gonna suffer in the process just because you don't want to show love.
And so, D, two things. I had a high school coach here that's in Huntsville. Hit me up and was like, "Hey, look, I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing as a high school coach. What else do I need to be doing to get my kids seen?" And they come from a real highly named program, but he still needs help in getting his kids because he's like, they're just not getting the looks that he thinks they deserve, which is true when we talk about the kids that he's talking about,
right?
They could probably be getting some more looks, but he said he had some people that saying they're going to do some things that haven't came into fruition,
right?
So I'm actually in the process of writing. I know you just wrote a book. I'm writing another book, saying kind of take it away from the Lion King, the Circle of Life. And I tell people when I was talking to them at the Jay Billis camp, the parents, I was like, you got to understand that you're a circle of life. You got your high school coach, your AAU coach, your trainer, and then you got you and your son. And in this circle of life, everybody needs to be on one accord.
That's right.
Like there shouldn't be a reason why, as a trainer, you're not talking to the high school coach.
Oh my God. Come on, talk to him, Drake.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so like why, you know what I'm saying? I understand you know what I'm saying, looking at the kid, evaluating the kid, and then, okay, I think, just working on certain things that this kid might need 2 years from now, a year from now. But if I'm spending March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, 7 months with a kid, training him 2 times a week, and I have yet to talk to his high school coach.
Come on, man. Come on.
Something's wrong.
Come on, man.
Something is wrong. And so what I've been trying in the book, I'm going to talk about the importance, because there's another key piece to this circle of life that needs to be added now as you look to get to the next level, and that's called a connector. If you don't have anybody in your circle of life, that can pick up their phone and make phone calls, you're not going anywhere.
That's right.
That's a fact.
And so we've got to make sure that we begin to help parents understand, hey, look, you coach and the high school coach need to be talking. Like, why am I in high school coach? I got him playing, he's 6'5", and he's playing, on the wing, and then he gets to AAU because he's a taller person. He got to play center.
Right.
So he's
you got you a 6'8" guy that is a back to the basket post, but you got him in there shooting post fade, one leg fadeaways.
Yeah. So now we're spending 3-4 months playing this way. Then we come to high school and we're playing from October to February playing this way. And guess what? Nothing is merging. And so now I make phone calls to you like, D, if a kid's been with people for 3-4 months, shouldn't we see how much development should we see?
And y'all know who's at the center of that problem, though. You talked about the AAU coach. You talked about the high school coach. Who's in the middle that we hadn't talked about? The trainer. If the trainer doesn't have a relationship with the AAU coach and the high school coach, I want a trainer to tell me, and you guys train. Both of you guys are in the gym currently right now with kids. How are you going to tell a kid, here's what you need to do to be successful, if you don't even know what he's going to go do on his teams to be successful? So you're just spending hours on top of hours on top of hours of wasting time. And yeah, listen, you look really good going through cone drills or doing 1-on-1s or doing 2-on-2s in the gym with your coach or with your trainer. You look really good. But none of that translates to the game because your coach, AAU or high school, doesn't want you doing it. But here's the other part. Your trainer is training you to do something that isn't conducive to what your game is going to develop into being.
Yes, Lance, go ahead. I know you had to say something because I'm going to say my last.
So all the guys that you can see pictures of on the screen right now are on the phone all day, every day, talking basketball at the highest level to here in Alabama, right?
Right.
And nothing against my high school coaches, nothing against them. They have a place and they're great. But a lot of those are science teachers or history teachers or health teachers or PE teachers. They have an obligation from 8 to 3 where they're focused on being in a classroom. Then they're coaching you, and then they're going home to their family. And so what Drake was saying is exactly right. Like if you're not with uh a collective group of people that are on that phone saying your name, that is one of the most key components because there's so much traffic out there nowadays.
Right.
You got to have somebody that can fight through the volume for you.
Facts. Hey, listen, and like you say, the folks you see on this screen, baby, we riding in the HOV lane.
That's a dream.
You know what I'm saying? We don't get caught in traffic, baby. We ride HOV
I'll tell you
lane.
something that's interesting. So Saturday night, I was at an event with folks from Orlando Magic, Atlanta Hawks, even overseas stuff. And if you think you know it all, you don't.
Facts.
Okay. And so it's interesting, even people at that high level, one of the things that I walked away sharing with people was that was encouraging, but also humbling at the same time is this was some of the words that I heard all night long from everybody. I didn't know that. So if you as a high school or AAU or whatever level you're at, it's okay to say you don't know because we're involved in these high level things and they're even like, man, I didn't have a clue. I didn't know that. And so you learn, you got to constantly be educating yourself on whether it's a skill, whether it's on how recruiting is going, whatever it is, you got to constantly be developing and growing.
Facts.
They're constantly learning. They're students. They're students. Calipari, a student. You know, you name it off. Nate Oates, they just on and on and on. You hear people talk about Skip Prosser and Bob Knight and all those, and you one constant thing. They're always learning, and we've got to do a better job.
I learn every day.
Yeah, hey, we got to do a better job.
Because I learned how to do frames on Canva. Straight like that. I done got five.
And I'm about to get up out here. And Lance, appreciate you on merging in and really, you know, piggybacking off of that merger thing. But I'm going to just say this and wrap it up. We got a lot of talented kids in the state of Alabama. We got a lot of things that is working against them at this time, and we have to come up with ways to make sure that our kids, because you got to think about it. A lot of our kids did not commit or did not get insert offers until late. And it's a reason why they were not first options. They were not first choices. They didn't get what they wanted in transfer portal.
Right.
And now the money piece plays an even bigger deal.
Oh, it's huge.
So you're gonna be waiting a very long time if you don't have the right people, as the book John Gordon, and he talks about this energy bus, getting the right people on the bus. And once you get them on the bus, you got to make sure that they're in the right seat.
And talking about that money piece, Drake, the money gap is getting larger and larger. And you talked about like the state of Alabama, where we're putting our monetary resources when it comes to certain athletic things, especially basketball. Like try being a high school coach and getting a gym. That's tough. I mean, you got volleyball, you got ROTC, you got cheerleading, you got in your own gym. So just even the resources of trying to find a basket to shoot on sometimes is tough for these folks.
Man, have you all, and I know this has to do a lot with the lottery over in Georgia, but their high school look like college campuses.
They have sports complexes on campus.
Hey, listen, but I'm going to be honest with you. If you go to the Birmingham area, let's keep it real.
Thompson.
Go to Thompson. Go to Bumpus. For real. Go to Bumpus, bro. Like Bumpus is better than every high school in the city of Montgomery.
But all that's like less than 1% of all of our population, you know.
You feel me?
Like and even Huntsville has a construction. Huntsville High is the biggest gym in the state of Alabama, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Right? They may be about to be overtaken by Percy Julian. They're building them a new gym. It's supposed to seat 3,500. Right? And here in Montgomery, so a gym. I know the person who is building the gym. Right? I'm curious on how they're constructing it. Is it gonna be something that's open and big like a Huntsville High? Right? Are you gonna get a I think Alabama State, they seat a lot. I think Alabama A&M, I think they seat 6,000, right? In their new arena. So like if you're seeing 3,500, I think Jacksonville State only seats about 3,500.
They do.
If we're building a 3,500 seat gymnasium for a high school in Alabama, are you gonna build it? Are you constructed it in that mold? Or are you going to construct it in the molds that we got already, where it's just a bunch of bleachers, but it's no? So I'm just curious to see.
So let me tell you a story I heard just 2 days ago. There's a coach, prominent coach around, and he hadn't won a state in a couple of years, but volleyball has. So the principal told him this summer, you can have it 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning, but the rest of the day is volleyball.
Wow.
Cut it. We're going to end it right there, fellas.
Wow.
We're going to end it right now.
I appreciate you all allowing me to chime in tonight. Lance, always good to see you.
Yes, sir. Keep doing what you're doing, man.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right, man.
On the screen.
Georgia, end of the month. All our teams is going to be in Georgia. We will be covering you. These coming. Not sure.
I'm pulling up.
Let us know if you want to come out there, Lance.
Yeah. Hey, now listen, I'm gonna tell y'all here a lot. I'm out of town coming tomorrow till Thursday, so back off for a little bit. I'm going to chill. Just give me a little space. I'll be back on Thursday.
All right,
just like that. So I'm gonna put out some content. I'm gonna have my content scheduled out to drop. But y'all, listen, I'm out of office. I might put out of office on my email.
Hey, I'm out here, man. I see y'all.
All right, man. Y'all be easy, man. Lance, appreciate you, my guy.
Absolutely. See ya.
Breezy, run the music, man. Let's get up out of here. They can keep us way over time. Well, that's what it is, man. Hey, listen. Hey, shout out to Chris Martinthau. Shout out to Colton Meyer. Shout out to LaMarcus Russell. And shout out Aiden, Rudy Evans. Man, shout out to y'all, man. We got more coming, man. We'll talk about camp this Sunday, June 22nd, Dothan High School. It will sell out. I'm predicting by Wednesday it'll be over with. Go to iBallradio.com/camps. Click on the Dothan camp. Register right now. Class of 2028 and 2029 only. Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Go to iBallradio.com. Make sure you get your iBallradio.com subscription. Go get your subscription. Go get your premium subscription so you can get the coaches database, the players database, and exclusive content. We just dropped some exclusive content today. We dropped a full interview, about 30-minute interview. We had an hour, but we gave y'all 30 minutes of it from Coach Conzo Martin, the head basketball coach at Missouri State University, a Division I playing in Conference USA. Go check out that interview right now, iBallradio.com. Hey, listen, we got a lot of big things in the work. Look out for something big. We got a partnership coming up in August. We're working on a partnership with August on something big, real big, August 2nd. Be on the lookout for that. We're going to announce that here real soon. It's something that's never been. Y'all know we do everything we do, Breezy. It's something that's probably never been done before for high school and college basketball in the state of Alabama.
That's what we do over here.
That's what we do over here at iBall. We're raising the bar of high school media and how high school basketball is covered in the state of Alabama. So y'all need to get right. So this Sunday, June 22nd, pull up for mini camp, man. Other than that, Breezy, holler at these folks. Let's get out of here, man.
Hey, man, it's your boy Breezy, and it ain't easy.
It ain't easy, and y'all already know. They call me coach because I teach you how to ball. Until Thursday night, we out of here. Peace. Long live Hero.
For sure.